What is going on, y'all? We are back in the building, y'all. It's Sneak Peek Saturday, and y'all know how we do it on Sneak Peek Saturday. We take a peek at the upcoming episode of the show that we are most excited about, which is going to be the Real Housewives of Potomac, because we're heading into the finale. But we also got a little bit of Married to Medicine tea, okay? We also got to talk about, the things that, Ms. Giselle Bryant said on The Real yesterday, because y'all do know that this was Real Housewives of Potomac takeover for The Real. So Giselle capped off the end of the week yesterday in her Vanessa Bryant costume. If you guys are in the chatterization, let me know where you are watching from if you feel so inclined to do so. I'm going to dive right into the news because I'm actually running late. Okay, I'm actually running late. I've got a little brunch type situation to go to, but I said, you know what? I can't start the party for the day until we get our news, until we talk about what's happening out there in the streets. Okay, so we're gonna talk about what's going on right there. Now, first things first, we're going to talk about Dr. Heavenly Combs. Let's see what she had to say, baby. Dr. Heavenly Combs says this. Child, we are playing Squid games over here, and I'm holding the bag of rocks. I thought we were friends. Clown, I trusted you. Hashtag married to med. Now, listen, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, okay? Now, first things first, props to Dr. Heavenly for, getting us a little excited. Because last season, prior to the filming of the real of Married to Medicine, we had all types of blowups going on. We had Simone and Toya talking about Quad and her house or her apartment or whatever it was at the time. They did that on the live. We had the huge fallout between Quad and Dr. Heavenly. When Dr. Heavenly put those emojis on Quad's photo when she was down in the Tulum showing off them cakes. Okay. Now we got a Squid Games reference, and y'all know we had to do it. We had to do it. We had to pull up the Squid Games graphics right here. So my question to y'all in the chatterization, my question to y'all, and you already knew what I was gonna ask, Danielle. You already knew what I was gonna ask. My question is, who you think she talking bite? Okay. Now, Shamar, I was wondering the same thing too. In my mind, I thought it was Quad or Dr. Jackie. But then I said to myself, it ain't going to be no Dr. Jackie. It ain't going to be no Dr. Jackie because Dr. Jackie, listen, Dr. Heavenly is smart. Now, she cool with Dr. Jackie right now, and I feel like she ain't going nowhere in that situation because at the end of the day, Dr. Jackie low-key, I believe, run that show. You know what I'm saying? I believe Dr. Jackie low-key run that show. Who else getting commercials in the middle of the show? Now, let's call a thing a thing, a thing, a thing, a thing, a thing, a thing, a thing. Okay, let's call it a thing. This is my guess as to who it is. All right, Anila. Now, this would seem to make the most sense because, Dr. Heavenly and Toya's relationship has been tenuous, even though Dr. Heavenly did promote Toya's new skincare line or whatever on her page. But it's either got to be, in my opinion, it's either got to be Toya or Anila. Anila. I don't know. That's who I think it is. And the reason I say that is because I just kind of feel like she's, Dr. Heavenly has gone around the mulberry bush with Dr. Simone. And I honestly feel like if they was back to beefing again, I feel like we would know. I feel like there would be some type of there would be some type of knowledge of who it was. And in these past photos, I don't remember seeing Anila like chopping it up like that with Dr. Heavenly in recent months. But who y'all think it is? That's just my guess, okay? That's just my guess. And I know some of y'all, it's debatable about who runs Married to Medicine. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's Dr. Jackie who is low-key in charge of the girls from behind the scenes. That's just what I think. That's just what I think. Because ain't nobody trying to be for her. Ain't nobody trying to be for her. Again, she getting commercials. during the show. Okay, I believe she had a commercial doing another show. All right. So when you then got into that type of boss level or whatever, oh, that was my beard glistening. I thought it was a piece of lint. When you get to that level, I just kind of feel like you running things behind the scenes. Okay. And the network, I do feel like the network does adore Dr. Jackie for some reason. It is what it is. That's what I think. Destiny. Oh, baby. Thank you so much. Y'all give it up for Miss Destiny. Says, just because I can, love your channel. And we thank you for the support. Y'all are what makes the channel go round. And Destiny, I got to just go ahead and send a special I love you to the Destiny, y'all. Give it up to Destiny. Thank you so much for that super chat, boo. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. The whole channel appreciate it. And, you know, this will go right back into investing to do new things with the channel. Okay. Thank you so much. Destin, we're gonna go ahead and celebrate this and leave it on up for a minute, okay? If that's all right. Hey man, y'all show Destiny some love. Thank you so much. That's that touches my spirit, man. It touches my spirits. Make me want to shout up in this piece. Okay. Destiny, I'm gonna unhighlight this for a second. I hate to even do it because we getting all the love. I'm gonna undo it for a second. Okay. Next piece of news that we got to talk about, y'all, is Gizelle Bryant did the reel yesterday. And she was the final cast member. She did the reel when everybody did their costumes. Gizelle went as Vanessa Bryant because she does get a lot of comparisons to Vanessa Bryant in terms of her look. And one of the things that she talked about, a couple of things with regards to Candace. You know, she promoted obviously the show, Reasonably Shady. But here's some things that I want you guys to know and to take away from it, because it falls kind of in line with some things that we saw at the reunion yesterday, in yesterday's reunion teaser. Destiny, we just still thinking about you, boo. Did I say Vanessa Williams? I hope I said that. I don't know who else I said. Did I say Vanessa Bryant? I meant Vanessa Williams. My bad, y'all. My bad. Thank y'all for correcting me. This is what I like. Y'all be in it. Y'all be on it. I'm over here talking I'm just talking my brains off and saying the wrong name. Vanessa Williams, y'all. My bad. My apologies. Why am I thinking about Vanessa Bryant? Oh, she was in the news too recently, but I digress. So let's get into it. Hey man, ain't it? It's just ooh. I tell you, make you want to shout sometimes. Okay, so it was. Come on, Britt. You saw you know what's happening. Destiny got me saying Vanessa Bryant. Anyway, Gizelle on the show, she's asked about, you know, and to be fair, she was asked about whether or not she felt like, you know, what she thought about Candace's behavior on the show, which is always a topic of conversation. And, you know, Gizelle, interestingly enough, says that she will no longer be defending Candace. She says she felt like she defended her last year, but as a result of the things that happened this year, she says she can no longer at any point in time moving forward support Candace, because she says that Candace's mouth is horrible. Okay. So she says that at this point in time, she can see that Candace can fend for herself. But there we have it. She's no longer defending Candace. Again, we talked about it interestingly enough yesterday. We talked about how it was funny for us to see how, you know, now Gizelle is basically saying, you know, you don't know if Mia could have popped you. And she just was like, you know, shrugged shoulders. Like, I mean, what can we do? You ain't learned your lesson. Shamar, thank you for the super chat, who says, is it sad that this is the best Gizelle has ever looked is in a Halloween costume? Y'all are so silly. Y'all so silly. looking just the spitting image of Vanessa Williams. The spitting image, okay? Amari, you are correct. Candace did come for Giselle many times this season in the after shows. If y'all watch that after show, Candace, ooh, she kind of rips Giselle a new one at times. So I mean, you are correct, Amara. You are indeed correct. But yeah, so the other thing she said was that, you know, they were playing a game of shop, pop, or mop. And in this game, basically the premise of the game was that she had to pick, you know, out of 3 housewives, she would have to pick one that she would go shopping with, one that she would pop bottles with, and one that she would mop the floor with. I.e., like we're gonna mop the floor with you, like shade you, read you down, or whatever. We got a super chat here from Ride on the Ride Jay. Thank you for that super chat. We appreciate the love on this channel. And then we got one from Mirage 2004 who says, so it would have been okay for Mia to hit Candace, but Monique brought the show down. Boom, boom, boom. Say it again, Mirage. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Obviously, what's good for the goose is not good for the gander in this situation, because it's okay for one person, but not okay for the other. But I think we all know Giselle just did not like Monique. Bottom line. That's what I think. I mean, that's just me. So the 3 housewives that she had to choose from were Karen, Candace, and Wendy. Okay. So she said that she would pop bottles with Karen, because she says when Karen drinks, she said that Karen turns loose, baby. That Karen turns loose. Okay. And I think we've seen a little bit of evidence of that. So I hope we get a little bit more drunk Karen from now on. Anyway, I digress. She said that she would shop with Candace, but she said it wouldn't last too long because Candace ain't got no money. Now Candace ain't got no money. She said Candace ain't got no money. Now where that come from? Okay. You know, Lord willing, I hope that Candace don't hear Giselle say she ain't got no money, because we know how she feel about anything dealing with finances and low budgets and stuff like that. I wonder if Candace is gonna clap back at Giselle's mama like that too, or whatever, or her daddy, or somebody, you know what I'm saying, her family member. Simply because, listen, last time somebody called her, indicated that the funds was low on anything, Candace blew up. So I wonder if she's gonna blow up on Giselle the same way. That's all I wonder. Brandon Gant says, I hope Candace didn't think that Giselle and Robin were actually friends of hers after the Monique debacle. They were always shady to her before that and only used Candace in the altercation as a way to ice Monique out. Thank you for that super chat, Brandon. Oh God. Listen, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm looking through y'all comments. Bloop. Grace said Candace is from Generation Wealth, something Giselle know nothing about. I don't know, y'all. Season 7, baby. We need to start filming ASAP. You know, in my mind, I like to assume all the housewives have a good bit of coin, because clearly they own this show. So they 6 seasons in at this point, they making some kind of coin. You know what I'm saying? That's nice enough for them all to live comfortably. I am quite sure. Malik says Jizzy is clearly the brokest housewife with her eco-friendly coupe that she dropped. I thought that was a gift from Jamal. That's what I thought. Queen says Giselle came from a decent family too. She was never broke. Again, that's me. I always assume they got some money, because, you know, the network at this point in time, I'm assuming they leveling up kind of big time at this point. So they got to be making some kind of coin that's good. Elmo919 says Candace is still stuck in high school on mom's payroll, and Gizzard is still faking like she's friends with for a check. Jamal is ghost again. Thank you for that super chat as well. All right. Now, Giselle does go into shading Wendy because They asked her what she thought about Wendy calling her insecure on Watch What Happens Live. And Gizelle does indicate that Wendy should be more worried about her crusty feet. Okay. She did say that. All right. And there you have it. Absolutely. Production needed to start filming yesterday. I don't even know what they're waiting for. They must, you know what they're waiting for? They're waiting for them all to get back from LA from filming the real. And I'm sure they go, listen, in my mind, they got to be filming on Monday. Okay. They need to be filming Monday morning, bright and early, because we need that season ASAPidly. All right. Let's move on because we gotta talk about this. All right. Let's talk about it. Oh, he said C-Lan says Jamal was giving the car to Grace. I ain't mad at that. So shout out to my boo, OMFG Reality TV. Please support the channel. Please support the Instagram page as well. Oh wait, Mariana B says I think Gizelle is just a simple chick who don't need much to be happy. And honestly, that could be it because she does talk about wanting to be very self-sufficient. And I feel like going through the relationship that she went through, I feel like it probably put a really nasty taste in her mouth for relationships in general. And so I don't really blame her for wanting to be single and just live her best life. That's what I think she should do. Be quiet as it's kept. That's what I think. And I'd be interested in seeing that. I'm never mad that there's a single person on one of these shows because I think it shows the reality of life. That is real. People go through divorces. People are single for times. And people, how does a single woman integrate into this group of married women? Like, I think that there's nothing wrong with that. Let's get into this sneak peek. So on the sneak peek, we got Juan, which is why Robin was on the thumbnail. I could not find a good photo of Juan by himself that I could do my little Photoshop magic with. But anyway, Juan inadvertently, okay, causes a huge, oh, we got another one. Ashley, thank you so much for the super chat. Boo, and the pounds, baby. Haven't caught many lives lately, so I'm glad I caught this one. And Ashley, we are glad you are back in the building. That's why we do these things on Saturdays, because I know sometimes the week is a struggle bus for everybody, okay? It's a struggle bus, and we glad to have you back, boo. Thank you for that super chat. I'm going to leave it on up here for a second. Okay, Juan accidentally causes a ruckus, okay? Let me tell you what's going on. In this coming episode, which is on the season finale, we are at Karen's vow renewal ceremony, okay? And so Juan Dixon is basically like, listen, y'all, between Michael and Chris Bassett, he's like, we want to squash this ish, right? So then Gizelle, she kind of echoes the sentiment that when her and Michael have had issues in the past, they've been able to talk it out and get to the other side. But then Michael is like this. Michael says, yo, you know, you're a very intelligent person, and I can have a conversation with you about something that's an issue, and we can actually resolve it. So that is clearly he took a little shot at Chris right there. We got to go ahead and admit that Michael was taking a shot. But it seems, honestly, I'm going to tell you the truth. I feel like Chris Bassett is coming in on this season as like, I'm trying to be the peacemaker in this situation. I'm trying to make peace with everybody, and I want to be in a good space. And so he says, look, I'm going to say it right now, and I'm going to let you enjoy your dinner. Whatever happened at Juan and Robin's thing, it happened, right? And I can let it go, okay? But see, Michael is still on some this. Your wife be coming at my wife way too hard. So what he says is this: I have a long memory, and I don't like people being mean to my wife, okay? Now, in most situations, you know, on a lot of these shows, we see the men, at least for the most part, try to remain neutral because they try to keep their friendships intact. You know what I mean? They try to keep they try to keep the guys on the same page because I think it makes life easier. Because if something happens with the guys and they're not on the same page, it could definitely come to fisticuffs in a very short period of time, as we saw last season, at the end of last season, at Robin and Juan's engagement party. So Chris obviously is on some like, I'm not trying to be in that space no more type energy. So then he says, I can understand. Chris says this to Michael: I can understand you being upset with her, meaning Candace. He says, I get that, but to come at me the way that you did in that moment, I felt was disrespectful. So then we get a little flashback of Michael coming and telling Chris last season, at the end of the season, to come and get his wife and control her and calm her down, or whatever he said. And Chris didn't appreciate that. And you guys will recall, Chris ended up, putting his hands on Michael's chest and pushing him back, And Michael is like, oh, he's putting his hands on me. He putting his hand on me. He putting his hand on me. He putting his hand on me, And so at that point, Michael says this. He says, this is a backhanded way of trying to do it. Basically, he's like, be a man and stand up and apologize if you want to apologize. If you don't want to apologize, don't tell me to apologize. So at that moment, I think that's when we get Candace, trying to get Chris to recognize that Michael is not trying to hear or listen to reason. All right. So we'll have to wait until Sunday, tomorrow night, to really see how that unfolds. But I think what we do know is that Candace is going to get upset. She's going to walk away from the table because, she feels like Chris is wasting his breath and they're getting louder. And then, she tries to walk off and he tries to stop her. And we'll just kind of have to see how things progress from there. But she was really not having it in that conversation. She was kind of like, you know what, this is. And I think she's going to say something. I cannot remember her exact terminology, but we'll have it on Monday because we'll see it tomorrow. But yeah, it's about to be crazy tomorrow's episode. And I wonder if we're going to get another hour and 15-minute episode, simply because it's the finale and we got so much coming up and so much that needs to be resolved. I wonder if we're going to get in some extra time on the episode tomorrow. That's what I'm really, really wondering right now. Because I haven't seen and I haven't checked into the time, but I know last season they did an extra 15 minutes. And it's interesting because I would have thought that they would have done a 4-part reunion last season, because it definitely deserved 4 parts. But we know that we're going to be getting a 4-part reunion for this season as well. So there's that. And I think that's about it for the sneak peek. I'm excited about tomorrow's episode, y'all. I cannot wait for it. I think it's going to be so good. It's the last episode, so them producers and them editors are probably going to pull out all the stops. But what I like about it is that they've been editing and doing funny edits in a very sparing way, and they haven't been overdoing it. And it's made sense every time they've used those elements. So keep up what y'all doing, Potomac producers. We see you, we see each other, okay? And we like it. We like it. Now, listen, make sure you guys are staying locked onto the channel. Just subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Shoot me a text message. Join the texting community. I promise I only really try to text y'all when I have like either a new video dropping or something really important to let y'all know. Other than that, I try to leave y'all alone. You know what I'm saying? But join the texting community. Join the fam. You know what I'm saying? Because we would love to have you over here. Make sure you guys tell somebody that y'all love them today, because life is so super short, and we want to make sure that we maximize every drop of it by telling the people that are in our lives that we appreciate them. Spread that energy, spread it like wildfire, because it is contagious. And with that being said, y'all, I will catch you guys in the next video.